Like right before we go live, bro. I know you heard me. That's why you're laughing, bro.
Yeah, I know. There must have been no water bottles in the fridge.
Nah, it wasn't even that. It was what you told me,
Oh,
right? And then like I was thinking about what old Doc Novak said, bro.
oh, you watched the video that I sent you?
Bro, it's true.
Well, yeah, and
You got
you
a
know
point, bro.
what's so interesting is that I'm starting to, as much as I go from, you know, channel to channel and just kind of, when you work graveyards, you got nothing else better to do
Right.
than to be browsing. So I keep stumbling across different channels that are kind of like on the same wavelength, or it's gotten to the point now where I guess they're just, enough's enough. I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
real interesting to see what's going on.
Well, I
Uh,
like the way he push it to where it's like this. I'm not
hey, Tommy.
educated because I keep fish. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm already educated and I just so happen to keep fish and I love doing it. And that's what I love about it, right? Like, I'm just, who the fuck are these guys, bro? Because of YouTube?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like the collective amnesia that we suffer. And I don't know if this is a American characteristic or if it's just a human thing, but we have amnesia when it comes to everything, you know? Because it's like you go from being the fucking ShamWow guy doing fish tank videos on your floor in church clothes to being a Rhodes fucking scholar overnight because you got YouTube subs. But they look at me, they hear my profanity laced tirades, and they look at my bejeweled mouth, and they hear my vernacular, and they see my melanation, and it's just like, who the fuck is this nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, that's why it's so crazy how.
Like, and I've had this chip on my shoulder my whole life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We did it, bro. I just went to go get a water, bro. I'm gonna have a tonic. I'm gonna be bougie. I'm gonna pour this tonic in a glass, and I'm
You're
gonna
always
have this
bougie.
fucker.
What you talking about,
Let's do it.
Mr. Tea sipping fool?
A tonic, no gin. You know what? I'm gonna put some lime in it.
Hey, Jeff.
You're right.
Bejeweled. Tommy's laughing about your bejeweled.
What's up, fellas? Boy, it's gonna be. We got a good one today. Let everybody pop. Like, we cut this one to the wire. I'm just gonna be transparent because that's what we try to like. We practice what we preach, man. But anyway, we
Wait,
did it on purpose, but not
wait,
even.
you got a mouse in your pocket or something? What do you mean we?
What do you mean we?
Yeah,
Well,
we
George
cut it
was
short.
there. Look, I'm gonna be on some gangster shit. I had it up. I'm so retarded. I thought I was in the studio, bruh.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing what I'm doing.
Mhm.
I see the camera. I see movement. I'm Gucci, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm doing my thing. I'm gonna hop on. Then here goes WhatsApp. Doo-doo. You're like, it's 5 till. You're gonna hop on? And I was like, the fuck? And I was like, in my head, I was like, fuck off, George. Like, I'm on, bro. Why you like messing with me? So I didn't say nothing because I wasn't gonna feed you because I thought you were, baiting me in to talk some shit. Lo and behold, I'm not even backstage of backstage. I'm like behind that. I ain't even clicked the blue button yet.
Yeah.
So this whole time I thought I was in there. So when I clicked it, I was like, I'm ready because I was like annoyed slightly at myself as a abhorrent stupidity. So yeah.
Well, it didn't help that I kind of created some confusion with the start time because I didn't realize it until 15 minutes ago that I had it set for 11 p.m. So obviously the announcements, if they went out, it didn't give them the reminder. So I mean, it's a combination of food bars.
You know what? I'm having one of those epiphanies.
Uh-huh.
You know how like it's like the analyzing. I'm gonna beat the algorithm at analyzing because when we came on, I was talking about what Dr. Novak had said about being educated, and I was complimenting him. So what I'm doing is I'm beating the algorithm and I'm clarifying the fact that I was complimenting Dr. Novak and I stand in agreement with him. Point being that for some reason YouTube has replaced education and science, and it is very prevalent in the aquarium hobby,
Well,
amongst other things. So
that's why
there,
that's
just to
why I guess
clarify that.
we called it no BS. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing, you know,
Yeah,
you get creators out there who are really science based, from science based background. I
that's
mean,
right.
they've done the education, they have done the research, they have the receipts to prove what they're saying, but yet they are more willing to go on anecdotal information than scientific facts. But you know what? It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because it's a direct reflection of what we see in society today. And the reason I say that is just look back to what happened a couple of years ago, uh, where you had renowned scientific people who were researchers trying to give the facts about what was going on, but yet the news media would just shut them down. They didn't want to, you know. It's so crazy how people all of a sudden uh, would not believe the scientific facts.
Yeah.
And then the other thing it didn't help is that a lot of the so-called scientists, though, um, were not necessarily being ethical and stating all the true facts. I know you're going to say something, Steve.
I'm being calculated for a reason.
Well, I know, but I mean,
but
you know what I'm saying. It's just
yeah.
it's
I had to the fan. My fan was driving. My HVAC fan was driving me nuts. So I didn't want to be rude. So I just excused myself briefly. But you know, and I chimed in because I was close for continuity, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of gave the secret away. Jigs up.
But
so
you know, but to add on to that, well, no, you go ahead because I was going to go to tangent.
No, bro, it's what you said, and then like, why in the hell would you listen to the truth when the lie is more entertaining?
Well, I don't know if it's not.
That's the saying. That's
truth.
the cliche.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's more of trying to believe that the beliefs that align with your way of thinking. I think that's really what we see a lot of in today's society, where it's you're willing to disregard what you know to be factual to deal with ideology that lines up with what you want to believe. And
Right.
you know, and what is it? I don't know. I don't know why we're in that situation. I know that recently I see a lot more pushback,
Right.
and which is good. So you know, hopefully that means
You know what I call it, bro?
so vanilla.
It's
Patty.
what he's saying. So peep game of what Tommy's saying. So, and I wrote an article. Let me pull this damn article up. Damn it! I got an article on Warrior Planet Tanks, but it's freaking cognitive dissonance, Jorge. That's all it is, bro.
Well, you know, it's yeah, that's what it is. But anyways,
I mean,
why part of why we called this no BS is because one of the things that we were Steve and I were doing, we were having a conversation because in a lot of the conversations Steve and I had, you would think that I'm being the older guy, I would be the one with the knowledge, but that's totally the opposite here. Believe it or not, Steve is my go-to guy when it comes to scientific facts and bases and stuff like that.
Found the article. I was laughing.
Especially when it comes to keeping plants and even fish, man. I mean, you want to talk about, you want to nerd out with learning about the different species and the scientific names of everything else, Steve is your guy. I'm in this case, I'm just the what I've learned through experience, but Steve's actually studied a lot of this stuff. Uh, and a lot of people don't know that because that's what he was saying is they're real quick to, disregard Steve because of the way he looks. But
It's just
Google
America
works.
being America, man. It's
that he's like Google works too.
But so like now I was laughing because I was reading that as I was pulling it up. But yeah, that's what it is, bro. It's cognitive dissonance, and then you think about it, and it's like, where they be getting this stuff from, you know?
Well, they get it from, I guess in this case, well, people you follow, and it's so interesting to see how sometimes people forget to really think for themselves and more willing just to fall in line with a certain philosophy without stopping to think if it makes sense and if it's true and if it's possible. Well, possible. It could be possible. That's
mean like how people just be co-signing for shit?
Yeah.
So they know what the hell what it really is.
Here's the one, and I know this. I don't know if it's triggering or what you want to call it, but and it's not a knock on the people's hustle to make money. It's not that. But the problem that I have is when people are not authentic and all of a sudden, because you are being paid to advertise a product, that product all of a sudden becomes the fix-all and the only way to do things. And you just go out of your way to mention that. And the problem with that is they forget that they were once hobbyists and there were solutions to all those problems without having to resort to this product. Does the product make it easier? Yes. But is that the only way to do things?
No.
Hell no.
Bro,
and when you start, when you start preaching that that's the only way to do it is to use
straight cap.
To start that's the only way you're going to have success is by using this product.
Yeah,
and you're swearing your entire reputation on that. That's where I just kind of stop and go, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, and it's not a knock on the hustle. No,
it ain't.
It's not that. It's just when your philosophy all of a sudden changes because you're being compensated to think that way.
And see, that's real, bro, because that's what it is. Look, man, I'm not trying to take no kernels off of nobody else's plate. All right, but with that being said, that don't mean I want to sit at the same table and break bread with you. I get it. You get your ration and you get your ass on the way on from over there, but like from me, fuck on. Like that's how I see it. And the internet did this, man, because it's implicit in us. Like I was thinking about this. We attach pride to things. Like we attach ourselves to them. We, a bubble. And I'm talking about the rule, not the exception, because you know how I feel. I don't give a fuck about them damn fish. Like, that's my slogan. I don't give a damn. Like, seriously, bro, I'm not going to sit up here and argue about animal husbandry. Like, Uncle Funk had a good show. This is the perfect segue.
I was trying to watch it, but I know me.
Oh, I know you had to crash out. That's why I was like, peace out. And I had to go take care of business, too.
I sat there and fell asleep for 5 minutes, and I said, "What am I doing?" So
one of the points he came out with though, at the beginning, that he articulated was this. He's talking about keeping animals, right? Like,
was it ethical?
Yeah, like the ethics behind it. And I told him, and I put in the comments, and it's the truth is, before we can even go down a ponderance like that, talking about ethics, we first have to acknowledge the fact that we've basically turned life into a commodity.
So true.
And then I said, it's all that. Like, if you eat meat and you don't kill it your damn self, like on some Ted Nugent type shit, you've turned life into a commodity. And I'll be the first one to tell you, like, I think Bambi is a beautiful animal. And backstrap tastes good. You know, barbecue it. You don't have to waste the rib. I'll bust his ass or her or she or it, whatever. It's getting clapped and I'm just going in the freezer. And shit, it's 2023 now. Hell, they vacuum sealing shit now, boy. Standard. Hell, you ask for butcher paper. It's for nostalgia. Shit, it costs money to kill trees these days, you know? So yeah, you do good. But you have to understand life is a commodity, bro. Dead ass. So then here I come, in lieu of being a hypocrite. I got a website. I dabble in having a eco or a e-store, an e-commerce storefront, which, yeah, don't be watching. That's shameless plug on it down. Pay attention to Instagram. So, what do we do? You know, like ethically, right? And then you have people that are really smart who know how to prey on those very things. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like what you articulated earlier, talking about saying this the only way. You got to put this shit in here, and I swear by it, I'm going to throw my reputation on it. That's what it is. Because they're preying on that visceral fear of, dude, I'm a sentient human being. I'm a conscious human being. You know, ain't got nothing to do with religion or none of that crazy shit. But I know that I'm responsible for this critter. I don't want to do it dirty. Then you see Jimmy Jackass over here saying you got to do all this shit and it's cool and it's awesome and it's awesome and it's cool. You know, and it's like, I said this, there's a certain, well, this is a no bullshit show. I don't even give a fuck. There's a certain demographic of human being that exists on Earth who can basically bullshit themselves into existence. Okay? These people have very flawlessly figured out, and masterfully so, the way to create problems, exploit those problems, have a solution for said problems, and for a small fee, they can sell you that solution. And then these same people say, if you don't want to purchase my solution, that's fine. Well, guess what? Because I'm a nice guy, you can keep those problems for free. And you know what? I'm going to get your money, so I'm going to exacerbate them for you. And they've molded and shaped humanity and society for quite some thousand years now. And it's just genius to me, like how these people work and operate on Earth. And why would it be any different that they would not infiltrate? I mean, really, dude, if you think about it, like they're in a box, they're waiting on some food. I look at them. This is furniture, dead ass. It's not a pet. It's furniture. So how did we get here? You know, the arguing, the cockiness, like you know how like me and you say, because this is a no bullshit show. So it's like you got these people who aren't necessarily used to getting attention. And now because of the internet, they have this unbridled attention. And it's like unchecked. And, you know, people get kind of grandiose. And it's like, you remember that Levi's Blue Jean commercial, Jorge, where it was the homie and the girl in the elevator and like his whole life flashed in front of him and shit. And like he kissed her and woo woo, she got knocked up in the wedding dress, that whole shit. And they was in the convertible. Remember that joint?
I vaguely.
Bro, I be feeling that way, like when I come up like the social media and I just see it, it's like whoosh, like a fucking Pink Floyd video or something, right? And I'm like, ooh, you dirty, or she dirty. Like my spidey senses go up. I'm like, nah, you on some bullshit, and you know it. Like, and then check yourself before you wreck yourself, Steve. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, it's the question I ask myself every day. Look, practice humility. Have to have a humble heart. So it's like, dude, it's literally just a fish tank. Literally. It ain't that deep. But apparently, it's that deep. I like science. You know, I'm a nerd. Like, what's one? Rocks kill fish.
Yeah,
Let's get on that shit, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
You go ahead. Let's get on it.
Well, no, and that's like I was telling you guys. Me and Steve, every time we talk, it's interesting because we go down so many different freaking rabbit holes. But I was asking Steve, where did this idea that the rocks would kill fish, you know, that you had to be very careful where you got them from? And the reason I ask this, and obviously this is just from my point of view. I know the thinking behind it is that the rocks will release carbonates that'll make your water harder.
Mm-hmm.
But has anybody really looked at how much of this is true and factual? Because to this day, I have not met a person that rocks have killed their fish. I've met people that say that they know or heard. So it's all anecdotal. It's not,
mm-hmm.
None of this is firsthand experience. And so to me, it's always interesting because you hear the same story.
This is how I'm about to share this. It comes from bullshit like this. I'm sick of it. So you'll get some person, bless their heart, his or her, bless their heart. They get on the internet. How you make this shit big? Hold on.
Here. You want to make that one single?
I'm gonna try to figure out how to work this damn thing. There it is, boys. All right, fellas. So they go on the internet and they type in something like this, and then this pops up, and it's some vague bullshit like this. Certain rocks may contain dangerous metals or minerals, which will leach into the water over time and kill your aquatic animals or alter the chemistry of the water. Aquarium shops are aware of this and sell stones, which are either man-made or natural, which will be aquarium safe. Now, there used to be a part of me a long time ago that would have said that this is sound information. But I can't do that no more. What this is some bullshit ass fear mongering, and it needs to stop. Like people just writing shit to write shit because they want to. And then you go, like people don't know how to cite sources or nothing. You know, like they don't know to go over here and click this shit and then look to see what you have to do to contribute, that they're running off of goddamn donations. So anybody can say anything about anything. But if you really want to know, do rocks kill fish? Research it the right way. Like this. God damn it.
Yeah, Sharpie is saying that it's basic chemistry. If your water is above a 7.2 pH or so, the calcium won't dissolve. So it needs to be an acidic to dissolve it. So, and that's what I was kind of alluding to, the fact that, you see, I already have hard water as it is. Hey, Renee. And, you know, so I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't had any issues, regardless of what I'm putting in there, because it's not going to get any harder. and that's why I was asking you: have you ever known of anybody offing off their fish because they just went and picked up some rocks? I think that what ends up happening more often than not, it's not the rocks, but what's on the rocks that ends up being the contributor.
And then peep game, right, Jorge? Remember we was talking about this on the other day? I pulled up the joint. I'm about to share with y'all. It's one of them like common sense ain't so common type of things. Remember what we was talking about?
Yeah.
Back in the day when it was like Dr. Axelrod and them, like people was like had common sense and shit. You know, they still treated kids like human beings, and you didn't have to fucking be spoon-fed the direction to every goddamn thing before you went and did it. You know? So people knew what coal looked like. They know it's not a rock. Like, dumbass, that ain't no rock, that's coal. Don't put that in there. So as we like de-evolve over time and we get hooked on this and clout and ourselves, we turn like indulgent and narcissistic like we've become. We get dumb as fuck. So common sense ain't so common, okay? So that's where the whole thing came from, because back in the day, there wasn't no fish stores, there wasn't no YouTube, there wasn't no goddamn Aquashella. People went outside, got rocks and sticks, put them in fish tanks, but at the same time, they had enough common sense to know what a rock actually was. Not like a hunk of sulfur or some iron ore or some bullshit like that you know you ain't gonna put in no water. Duh. If the water got rocks in it already, use those rocks. Holy shit.
Yeah, and that was part of the whole. What started it is
there's rocks in that water. There's fish in that water with the rocks in it. I'll use those.
Yeah, the whole thing was, you know, it's crazy how some people just think that because they bought the rocks from a store, from a fish store, that all of a sudden those are the only rocks that you can use. And that's how that kind of led us down this route. When we were having that conversation, it's kind of like, well, just because somebody says it's aquarium safe, all of a sudden you're going to get rid of all common knowledge and just, you know, believe what a company is trying to sell you. Again, going back to this is the only product that you ever need and it'll fix all your problems kind of deal.
And realistically, and I apologize for yelling, but he ain't gonna be turned up on that one, bro, because it was like, listen, I don't like bullies, okay? And I was telling Jorge, like, me and him, we really do talk some days. Like, we're busy. Both of us are very busy men. So we're kind of like old heads in that way, like, we'll catch up. We'll shoot the shit. I'll call you, or he'll call me. And it's like, hey, what are you doing? You got time to shoot the shit? And I'll be like, yeah. And then 2 hours later, hey, man, I got to get off here, bro. Like, that's how we do. So we were talking, and it was talking about rocks and sticks. And it's like, and I was like, bro, could you imagine? Like, knowledge is free. And then, like, look what it does to creativity. And look at the kids, though. And then, like, people that really don't know. And what if they don't have no money? And then, like, why would you go try to bamboozle somebody behind a goddamn rock? That's just horrible. How about this? That rock's pretty. It's there. I didn't have to go take my ass out there to go get it. I'd like to have it. What would it take to get it? Well, sir, that'd be $5. Cool, thanks. That's called a goddamn business transaction. But I'm not over here preying on your emotions, your fears, your inadequacies and insecurities to sell you a fucking rock so you can put it in your fish tank. Sorry, not sorry for the profanity. Like, look at the insanity that's on the internet. And you have real people with real knowledge that don't even get listened to because the people that are listening are too goddamn stupid to see through the profanity and actually look at the substance, the essence of the human being that is doing the talking. And it's ridiculous. This is a no bullshit show. Like, you got doctors, like the man has the word doctor in his name. It's not a moniker. It's not, he didn't feel Froggy one day and go get a goddamn logo and start a YouTube channel. The man went to scholarly institutions and earned a degree. Several. What the fuck?
Well, and that goes to the whole argument that I've always had. What's so interesting about what we do is that there isn't one way to just do things. There
It's
isn't.
not.
I mean, there isn't, because there's so many variants that go into the way we keep fish. Everything from where we live, what are we using, how are we using it, what you're keeping, how are you keeping it. I mean, all that stuff. It's just, there's just too many variables to say this way has to be the way. Now,
Right.
my whole frustration with that situation is how people are not willing to recognize the fact that there's more than one way to do things. That just because I am doing it some way doesn't mean that you have to do it the same way to have success. You could have
how
found
these bitch ass motherfuckers be gatekeeping information and shit.
yeah.
Just call it what it is, bro. Like, sell your stuff with integrity. More people will buy it. Like, seriously? Like, I keep looking at these retards behind me because I love them. They're cool, man. They got personality and everything. But at the end of the day, it's just fish, man. It ain't that deep. It's really not.
Yeah.
Like, it can be. Like, I'm making it that deep. You know what I'm doing, Jorge. Like,
Yeah, I know.
it can be, but it not the way it's being portrayed on you. It ain't that deep.
Yeah.
Not like it's been shown on. It ain't sponge filter D. It ain't that deep. Don't get me started. I'm gonna start hurting people's feelings. I'm gonna start hurting people's goddamn feelings, bro. Like, when I came and seen what the hell they was doing, because I'm in the Navy, right? So, and it was, hey, let me say this real quick. Thank you to Corey Dorable, Real Talk, and thank you to the homie Fishy Biz and everybody else that showed the veterans some love. Aquafunk, like, they gave us a platform and a voice that was really, really, really dope. And like, I'm like very, very thankful. And if you guys can't tell it, like it like woke something up in me, man. Cause I was like thinking about my dead homies and shit. And then I was like, I'm still alive, bro. I've seen the worst of like the worst, and there's still worse shit to see. So like, I'm Gucci, bro. I ain't worried about nobody on YouTube. Promise you. Like, Susan got replaced anyway. Like, I don't even care. Like, I got money. So I'm just gonna have a good time and be responsible. And like, instead of bitching about it and whisper, hush, hush, WhatsApp messaging and fucking foruming and all that fucking shit, DMing and fuck all that. Let's talk it. Let's talk that shit. Let's talk it right now. Let's talk it right now. See, here's the difference. I ain't got nothing to lose. Y'all got a company man and coon and tap dance and sambo and shit for y'all money. I served my country. I pledged my loyalty for the Federation in exchange for citizenship. And guess what? Monday I'm going to the dentist and I ain't coming out of pocket. So get fucked. So now let's talk about fish for real. Welcome. My name is Steve, Warrior Planet Tanks. This is the real me. So, like, we were talking about how, like, the rocks and just, you got rocks, sticks, just myths.
Yeah.
What are some? Throw one out there.
Well, you said driftwood. Driftwood always seems to be one that I never really understood. The big contingency behind it, that you have to, I understand. Well, the one is that you got to make sure it's hardwood. But I guess the reason, because I've asked you about that, I said, why the whole hardwood thing? And I guess the whole thing that, from what I understood, was because of the saps. That's really the only issue.
Right?
Decomposition, but
well, like green plant matter, right? Yeah, I saw that on the Oscars. I was looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to, I'm not going to turn down like a nice gesture. That would be rude. And I mean, as long as it's that legal crap, that legal whatever the hell the gas station shit. Yeah, sure, why not? Because I live in Texas. It's not a free state. We can have that.
Well,
that Bud Light weed. We
you
can't
gotta
have
be careful because the federal government still hasn't caught up with the rest.
Exactly,
of
they ain't caught up with it yet, so you got to be cool. But like with the green plants, they contain certain compounds that could be extremely toxic to aquatic life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen the documentaries where the Amazon Indians use certain botanicals to, off the fish, if you will, sedate them, and then they scoop them up and eat them? So yeah, you could say, but like what Sharpie saying, and I said that you want to stay away from conifers, man. And then like alder cones is like one of them crazy exceptions, man. And cypress too. I've used cypress, and then the homie. Hey man, what's the homie over here on Instagram? He's got the cypress knees in his
Coriaqua,
bro.
Coriaqua.
That thing is salute, homie. Like, yeah, that's how it's done. Like, that boy did that. That's a nature aquarium, y'all. So it's like an aquascape, but it ain't, but it is, but it ain't. That was the whole, that's what Sensei Amano like envisioned. Like, homie, you understood the assignment, my boy. Good job. Like, that's it. Like, you ain't supposed to have all them plugs and shit in there, bro. Like, remember when we was little and you had to do a diorama for school, and you had to make a shoebox and like make a little scene in that bitch?
Yeah.
Remember that? That's where I get the fish tanks from. I did that shit when I was little. But what's another one besides that? Like,
the big one that I see people
about botanicals.
The one that I see people just going berserks about is using tap water to clean out your sponge filters.
I do that shit all the time. What the fuck else you supposed to use?
Well, no, that you're not using either tank water or dechlorinated water to be able to. That you're going to kill off all the bacteria in that sponge filter, and you're going to have to recycle your tank. That's one of the myths that's out there. And what's so interesting is there's a scientist there's plenty of scientists in the community, but Jason from Pine Time Aquatics.
This shit is so sad. It's just
he actually did an entire video on it, and he did this. This is what I loved about this video. This is what I loved about that video is it wasn't just anecdotal. He had scientific information.
I know exactly what you talk about.
And that's where and despite the fact that they have the science to prove this, you still have a lot of people that are pushing back on it and have never even really done it. I'm going to be honest, that's the only way I clean all my stuff. I quit worrying about tank water. I don't do none of that stuff. I go to the sink, turn on the tap, and clean them out.
Remember you was in the military, right?
Yeah.
You remember inspections? I ain't talking about that boot camp total line. I'm talking about at work, like the certification type inspections where the big wigs come in. Your shit better be right so they can certify you, so they can go do their write-ups and go get something to eat at the defect. Them inspections, right? So we had this skipper one time. This captain told us straight up, nuance, okay? Nuance is the difference between you're bullshitting me and you did it. And there's a difference between nuance and a goddamn pathological liar who just makes shit up or takes little pieces from people and regurgitates that shit back out. Listen, boy, I know if you did that shit or not because I know how to pay attention to nuance. And that's why I'm able to call bullshit. Once again, this is a no bullshit show. That is extremely important. The same thing applies in here to aquariums. like nuance tells me who did what for the camera, who bullshitting and who ain't. And you know what else? The fact that like I'm in my mid 40s and I've been doing this, like seriously doing it since I was 9. You kill a lot of stuff in that amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I still do.
Yeah, and, you know, I ain't never had no money. I've been a broke bitch my whole life. So I get to see all these bitch ass motherfuckers get famous and rich over stuff that my black ass had to learn from being a nigga and poor. And they still won't fucking listen to me, but they can steal my fucking ideas. You don't think I see all the motherfuckers I influence on YouTube? Like, I might as well be a ghostwriter. But I don't care. Because it's just a fish tank. But it's like, damn, they getting rich off this shit, bro. Our whole ass had to learn it because the same people that's on YouTube been in the hobby the whole time too. They wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't talk to me. They want your money and they tell you get your black ass out. I'm not here for that sob story stuff. I'm a patriot. I understand like the word is of social construct. Like biologically speaking, there's no such thing as black or white people. Like, I get it. But for the context of the conversation, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people are getting rich off of it, bro. Rich.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean,
like, my
I don't think it's
microcichlid had
unfortunate.
babies with my alligator guard. What the fuck? You need your ass whooped, boy. Stop playing with people. That's what we doing now? Getting paid to bullshit?
But that's always been the case.
Damn.
Well, here's the thing, though. Look, this has always been the case because our entire lives, there's always been bullshit commercials. But the difference is, I remember growing up to be able to go, nah, that's bullshit. You know, and call it out for what it was.
Yeah.
And today, I don't think people are that discerning. They've lost that that ability to be able to read through it. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on. You know, it's just, but it's so interesting to see it.
It's like, how the hell am I alive in 2023 when people don't know that goddamn water is wet? Seriously? It's like, what the hell? Like, and dude, that's what it's all about, though, Tommy. We talk, though. That's the, like, we talk. For real. This is nothing. This is just a computer. Like, I know who the fuck you is.
This is Rocker. Rocker is one of the guys that I know.
Sí, claro. Quiero saber si puedes poner suelo abajo el otro de arena, ¿verdad?
Tierra abajo de la arena.
Ok. Sí, claro que sí, pero mira lo que pasó. Es mejor más barata, porque lo que pasa es hay muchos nutrientes, ¿ok? Y por eso, tú sabes lo que eso, ¿qué es eso? Cuando es subiendo la nutrientes y poniendo más algae en la agua. It's nitrogen and phosphorus. It's usually ureic, nitrogen, or phosphate or phosphorus, one of those. And that's algae feed. So yeah, get the cheap stuff like potting soil and organic, not, it don't matter. Like it's like we live on Earth, bro. It's poison. We're fucked. Seriously. Like I'm like it's a wrap. We're literally on the train, watching the goddamn train wreck as we are passengers on it. It's a wrap. So like, if it makes you feel better, or you could go outside and get some dirt too. La verdad, mira para afuera en la mata y búscalo para afuera. Es mejor así. Y si tú quieres, échalo en la microondas para limpiar. Y ya.
Para matar cualquier bacteria que tenga.
Sí, es mejor, es gratis también. No cómpralo. Simplemente búscalo afuera y échalo en la microondas.
La única sugerencia sería que fueran áreas que no usen pesticidas ni fertilizantes, aditivos y cualquiera de esa tierra. O sea, yo he mirado tanta gente, yo porque vivo en el desierto no tengo acceso a tierra, pero
La verdad es solo para paz de mentalidad. ¿Sí es necesario? No. A mí, la verdad, yo quiero todas esas cosas uh, de afuera porque es como, mira, you remember when I got the slime? It came
Yeah,
from the oak leaf litter. It
yeah.
was like a white slime mold, and low key, all that slime mold is an amoeba. So it's like a single celled organism that just keeps growing. It's amazing.
Here's
So yeah,
this is another one. It's not necessarily a myth, but I think it's so true. It kind of leads into what we were talking about. When again,
I'm gonna have to
everybody's
finish
got to
this
hustle.
water.
Everybody's got to make a coin. Everybody's trying to eat. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But here's what's also interesting because this is so true: is when you when you try to stay honest and have integrity, it's amazing how some of these companies would just quit doing business with you if
That's
you're not.
probably why they stopped sliding on me, bro. Damn. That makes me feel good. I'm gonna sleep good tonight, boy. I'm a good one. I be telling Watts that shit like when I first met Watts, like I don't know, a couple years ago now, about 3. Damn. It's been a minute.
Look at Jim.
I told his ass, I was like, if you ain't got no love in your heart, you ain't a good man. And I explained it to him like what I meant, and he was like, yeah, that's a pretty damn good analogy.
Yeah, and I'm sorry for all those that were happy that this was an English stream. Guess what?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, the homie had a question, so we had to help him. He over here trying to meet me halfway to use Google Translate and shit. Fuck all that. We can get it. We'll get there some kind of way. See, that's called working together. You pick out the pieces of what you need and keep it pushing. You know, ain't nothing but love. So, like, you get on these cats, bro, it's going ham. Oh, damn. Holy shit. Only Oscar said they handle. I don't have nobody to speak French with. I used to speak that shit too, man.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't have anybody to speak it with. Like my great granddad, he was the last one that spoke that shit fluently.
We have our friends up north in Canadian country. From what I understand, they speak the French version of Spanglish because it's not really French and it's not really Canadian.
Which one?
English. Well, a lot of the countries up there in the north, right? Like Quebec and all of them.
Oh, fuck. Those motherfuckers are crazy different, bro. You know what? I don't know if it's true or not, but it was a cool myth. So, allegedly, per like Ancestry.com and shit, you put your shit in there and you can trace your people. I paid the money for the shit because I love that shit. Jenny, I'm a nerd, bro. I like genetics. I like all that shit. Comme ça. ¿Cómo se dice? Oui, ça va, comme si, comme ça. Más o menos, like comme si, comme ça. Thank you. I'm okay. He in like the damn thing. Hell, he asked me. See, I had to go in my catalog and like analyze what the fuck is he saying. He was saying bonsoir, Steve. So good night, good afternoon, Steve. How are you? Yeah, I'm good. Más o menos. See, so yeah. The I don't believe it, but that's what it said. One of my pawpaw's people came. The motherfuckers from Nova Scotia, per the last name. And low key, it ain't a lot of them around, and because their last name is Duron. It's not a whole lot of Durons. It's Derouen. It's not a whole lot of them. So, and that's my blood. So, man. That's where they say the temper comes from. Them some bitches was crazy, apparently. So, yeah. Nano, what's up, man? So, what else myths, bro?
Well, I know I asked you about the water changes, but I think
Don't start
that one, there is some, okay, the one thing that you should never do 100% water change on an aquarium. And here's my take on that, because you know me, I'm flush and fill kind of guy, and I
Yeah.
don't never know how much water I'm actually taking out of there.
Flush and
Sometimes I'll
filling
do-
ain't bad, bro.
But
If you
but
got one.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Spilling the beans. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you how this shit set up, boy. So it's a cold hustle too. Let's say you got a business, right?
okay,
And you do fish tanks. That's what you do, right?
yep,
You set them hoes up and you maintenance them too. You did?
yeah,
You gotta have, and you sell the shit. You get them in there, you put the fish tank in that bitch, and they happy, and boom, once a month, you know, the guy come in there and he do his thing, and I got a fish tank. It's cool as shit. All right, bet that. All right, look at this hustle. It's a cold hustle. So you got the tank, you got all the equipment, you got the fish. That's all cool. It's beautiful. Then you got your canister filter usually. It's usually bottom drill because you want a seamless integrated look. We don't want no cords. We don't know wires. We got premium clients here. We're not fucking around. You see what I'm saying? This ain't no rinky-dink YouTube shit. All right? It's grown man shit. So they done got this tank in there. Now, what is the number one thing that people want to do with any animal that they have? They want to interact with it.
oh yeah.
The only way you can interact with fish is how?
For me, I just sit in front and watch. That's all I do.
Feeding them, bro.
Well,
Really,
yeah,
feed them.
yeah,
So-
that's true.
They get them a schedule, give them some tubs of some bullshit food. It's on the house. You know, the guys come, they clean the tank, they top off the food in the little funky ass tub with their logo on it, and they going on about their business. You dig? Look at the hustle. They go in there, they got their carbon bottles, they got their they tap into the municipal water, they're running it through the carbon bottle, stripping it out, making it safe, doing the flush and fill, you know, doing the service, cleaning the tank. Do you see what's going on? The way that shit is even able to exist is because you got the people dumping copious amounts of food in there. They don't know nothing about photo periods or light schedules. It's fucking furniture, literally, and a flex. Dump food in it, the fish man come. You know, something happens. Hey, we got a little drunk. Randy, you know, he took an 8-ball to the face. Some Cheetos ended up in my shit. Hey, I got an emergency, bro. Can you come tighten me up? And then here go me. Yeah, man, I got you. And I got to get my ass up and I'm on the way. Because Randy stupid ass done took an 8-ball to the face and put Cheetos in the 400. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. That's the hustle, though. Before anything bad can happen, we done came to service you. What bio? You don't need a bio. The amount of food you're dumping in there, the amount of water turnover that's happening, and the fact that we coming in there doing you a flush and fill anyway, that fish ain't no worse for worry, bro. No worse for worry. And that's the hustle. I'm not doing that. Bro, if you want to have pet fish like that, that's cool. And you YouTube motherfuckers need to say that shit. And you don't need to be dissing people who are educated, who are paid their damn money, who know way damn more than you, and who have an emotional IQ that's, you know, higher than the goddamn onion skin. And they know how to pick their battles because we have more important stuff to do, like argue about motherfucking animal husbandry on the internet. Crayons taste good too. Dick.
A lot of that though is people see again, people's hustle. I don't knock it.
I ain't knocking it.
But the thing is, when look, and I'm gonna be honest, I use clickbait today. And this is the first time I've done it because it was part of the conversation that we were having. It's all this clickbait and shit.
It ain't clickbait. We delivering, boy.
Well, no, but you look at that thumbnail and you know something's about to go off because you got a bull that's squatting down. So, but you know, and getting to that is, you know, some people are on here because they want to get the views and they want to get the revenue. That's fine. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
That is not the problem. I mean, that's not what I
love. Exactly.
Where I draw the line is when you either want to preach that your way of doing that's the only way to do stuff. And the other one is when I know you're blatantly trying to sell me something and not being upfront about it. And those are the only two gripes that I have. Everything else is fair game. You know, I don't care.
Because you done woke up that monster again. God damn it. I thought I was through hollering.
Well,
shit.
Do we want to go?
Yeah, no, fuck all that. No, bruh. I said it. I'm
GPT.
not cooning. I'm not tent dance. I don't give a fuck. I got money, bitch. I served my country. I got shot at. Got all kinds of fucked up. Don't care. If you don't want to watch it, click off. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, your kids are learning how to do TikTok dances.
I know
Fathers,
recently.
go watch your son.
You know. I know recently I had a gripe, and I kind of aired it out.
You talking about people and their damn ideologies, and all we doing is keeping fish tanks, bro. Pass the science on and shut up.
Well, not only that, it's just, you know, I understand. One of the things that's very admirable about our community is that we're very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And I see it on a daily basis. People are good-hearted. They're doing it out of kindness.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that we are guilty of is not calling bullshit on each other.
Right.
That's the one thing that we lack. And I don't think we're going to be able to grow if we can't help each other to be accountable for what we're saying and doing.
You know what?
And here's where I'm going to go with this. You know, I admire the fact when people put the work in and try to put their knowledge down on paper. That's very admirable.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's your thoughts, whether they're right or wrong, if they're your thoughts that are being put on there, kudos to you. Why? Because not everybody is willing to take the time to do that.
Right.
The gripe that I have, again, it's the snake oil salesperson. The person who is willing to try to make you believe that is their work, when in reality, all they did was copy and paste using an artificial intelligence app.
Yeah.
That's where I have a problem. And
I ain't never seen you that mad before. You was mad than a motherfucker.
That's not even the problem. The problem is us not being accountable for that shit. Bruh. And not calling it out for what it is. And on the contrary, trying to make it seem like it's a great feat that was accomplished. Now, here's where I have a problem. Because you're willing to lift somebody without reading the work that they did. And if you were to read the work that they did, anybody with any little bit of experience would see the faults in it. And that's my gripe.
Well, that goes back to what I said about what Skipper told us back in the day. Nuance, my friend. There's the difference between you did that shit and you being full of shit. Yeah. And guess what? I got a motherfucker, a fuck ton of discernment. I can tell who the fuck did what. Discernment is a son of a bitch, ain't it?
Well, and here's the whole thing. And I used to remember when having to have published information required having something put through an editorial process where you had to have an editor that
peer review process.
And nowadays, it doesn't even seem like that. You know, I know technology advancements are great because it makes life easier. But the problem that I have with it is that if it goes unchecked, then you have a bunch of BS out there that is being put out that is not accurate information. And that I think is a slippery slope.
Patty tripping, bro. Look at Patty, bro. She's tripping.
Listen so silly.
It's like, bro, Patty, chill. It ain't even that deep. It's just look. it was like this one time we was on there with Ralphie Joe, and I had told the homie Ralphie Joe, I was like, bro, I'm so sick of this goddamn shit. It's like, don't waste my love, man. Damn. We all gonna check out this motherfucker anyway, bro. So if this shit is the only thing giving me some smiles and shit while I'm in the waiting room to tap out this bitch God knows when, I don't need no jackass fucking it up. And then two, we from the 80s and the 90s, bro. Like, we different. And then, like, that's why, look, you said this shit just a while ago about accountability and calling each other out and shit. And that's why I'm like, me, you, Watts. And I want to say this shit, like criticism, right? Like, we send each other pictures of each other's tanks. And let me tell you guys something out there in the place. We be on each other's ass, bro. We roast each other's tanks. It ain't none of this fucking golf clap. Oh my God, that's so awesome. If it looks like ass, you're getting roasted. You're getting a WTF emoji. Like, what the fuck is that shit? You know? Ain't none of them OOKs like you got an ugly baby. No. You're getting roasted, bruh. You're getting roasted. Like, what the fuck are you think? Like, tell them, like, elaborate. Because this is me. I'm an objective man. I'd be like, elaborate, bro. Tell me where you're going with this. Is it me? Am I fucked up? Or do you suck? Like, help me get my perspective where it needs to be. And
let me ask you something. Cool. And this is probably not pertinent to the topic, or maybe it is. But do you think finally that group, that generation that grew up on participatory awards have now become adults, and that's why we have so many people that get
absolutely duh. It's the same people buying rocks, dumbasses. Duh. Like, I mean, cool. Look, if my fat ass don't want to go out there, then hot ass son and fuck with no rocks or get dealt with by some Karen for trespassing or some shit, and I want to pay for us some rocks, I got a little money, then yeah. They came from Japan. Fuck it. I'm paying for the gas. Who cares? But them ain't the only rocks that's got to go in a fish tank. That's my point. Like, that shit don't make no damn sense.
Oh, this is funny.
That's fucked up. Golly, look what you done started, man. But no, it goes back to, what is constructive criticism anyway, right?
Yeah.
Is that how we got to where it's like perfectly acceptable for a motherfucker to kill a stingray every 6 months? Just saying. Like, is that where we at now? And we filming that shit? Bro, the fish community that I came up in. So it's like, if you just like take out the added element of racism, okay? And just look at where we were in the paradigm as a people, pre-9/11, all right? We competitive, bro. There's Houston, there's Texas, all right? Let me tell you something. We flex down here. Guns, dogs, pretty much fucking everything, bro. If it's a hobby, it's a competition, and we competing. Your yard, everything, bro. It's the competition. Fish tanks, same thing. If you weren't doing something right, it wasn't to tear you down, to keep you down. It was to say, hey, we doing this, bro. If you fuck up and you stop doing it, I ain't gonna have nobody to compete with no more. Get your shit together. Here, this how you do it. And that's how I came up in it, you know? And I'm just like that. And now there's the internet. And I'm like, God damn, why is all this bullshit on the internet? And it's like, bro, all of my homies, like all my YouTube homies that be doing shit, and they be like, Steve, like, you motherfuckers that have seen my shit, and y'all be like, yeah, I know, right? This dude. Ass, bro. Hopefully this shit'll take. Hopefully, this will take. Somebody will whoosh. And it's like it'll do something because, like, come on, really?
Well, it's at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: as long as you understand what you're doing is good, and is keeping your fish healthy, and nobody can say that they're happy. They might act like they're happy, but as long as they're not dying off on you because you're being this careless and cruel. Who cares?
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
All right,
you did a good one. You did a good one. God damn it. You know how I feel about that, bro? So, like, we got these fish, right?
Yeah.
And then I be bringing up Watts a lot because Watts got the same kind of mentality as me. Maybe it's because we grew up in the same, like, surroundings or something. I don't know. But, like, we observant. We're extremely observant, right? And we have this understanding of things. And I try my best to convey that in my videos, like over the catalog of them, that the majority of things that I keep, they're mud puddle fish anyway. And to answer the question of ethics, when we get to this ethics, is it ethical, et cetera, well, here we go again. Remember we talking about science and doctors and learned people. Okay. The aquarium industry is just that. The only difference is there's no YouTube in it. These people understand the concepts of ecology. They understand plant and animal science. They understand ichthyology. They know which animals can be manipulated and exploited and which ones can't. There is not a damn thing that you can do in your little tank with your little stuff that you buy from your little cronies and flunkies on the goddamn internet that's going to make you the best one. It's fucking retarded. No. Them shits come from fucking mass-produced ponds in Florida some goddamn where. And until you go and stand titty deep in stinky-ass mud, seining out fucking tetras to box up and send all over the country, shut the fuck up. Seriously. Like, that's where they come from. The majority of them. Or there's wild caught. And that's a whole nother avenue that me and you both have talked about, Jorge. But it's this conception of this. Somebody's in on Funk Stream. This God complex, right? That everybody gets this crazy ass God complex about things. And that's kind of like crazy, bro. What kind of disease is that? You think it's mental illness?
Narcissism?
Yeah. Well, I do see that because of social media and the internet that, the word narcissism is being really, really misused. And me and the homie, my mentor / business partner, we had a conversation a while back, a couple months back. And, I got a random signal message because we're like that. I like encrypted stuff. But he was like, bro, it's so difficult to have conversations with people because bitches don't know the definitions of words. And you got to over-explain yourself for every little thing when you're talking to somebody because everybody just look for something to get offended for. And it's like, because we like lack integrity or some shit, it's like, I come from the school of run that by me again, because if I'm giving you audience, motherfucker, that means I'm giving you my time. So it better be worth something for us to be interacting. Otherwise, we're just bullshitting. And that's cool as long as that's what the fuck we doing. Let me know. But yeah, you can't, like, this word narcissism is so loosely thrown around. It's like some shit that hurt baby mamas say when their boyfriends get tired of their bullshit and they hypergamy, their hypergamous ways, like, no, duh. The patriarchy affects us all. Don't even get me started on that shit. You can't be educated in America anymore. That's the point. You can't. Like, listen to me. I had this fucking chief tell me that I was condescending because I used big words. And guess where he was from? Motherfucking Florida.
Oh,
Fort Walton Beach, to be exact. You know what that translated to? You watch Key and Peele?
no.
You don't
I
watch
know of them, but I'm not a.
You ever seen the Barack Obama translator?
Yes, I think I have. Yeah, that's what that was.
That shit. They need like the racist white people translator. I'm a smart motherfucker. he was like, you're so condescending. You use big words. I was like, you know what you just said to me, motherfucker? Like, seriously? Basically, what he said is, talk English, darky. These big words are confusing me, and I can't keep up. So I'm going to use my rank in this fear-motivated institution that we belong to called the United States Armed Forces, and you have to listen to me, coon. Now, stop using them big words, darky, with your condescending self. And then, N-word pejorative. There you go. Yeah, that's what he said. Boy, them motherfuckers dropping out of here quick now. Yeah, bye, bitches. Bye.
No, I think what it is there's a lot of people that are up there in Sacramento for that big event.
No, that ain't what it is. Stop candy coating it, bro. No puedes endulzar mi mierda. It is what it is. But no, bro. What do you think, though? Like, where do you think we're going as a hobby? What do you think YouTube's doing?
It's like everything else, man. It's just it'll give it enough time. People, the bullshit goes away and it'll come back to the true hobbies.
Because they done almost fucked around and lost fish in Florida because people are stupid with that damn whitelist.
But that's got nothing to do with the hobbyists. That's those groups that are the same ones that don't want you to keep a dog or a cat as a pet.
Exactly. But I'm saying, who would it affect directly? The hobby. Who they selling the damn fish to? Us. So, why is it to where we got all this energy and money and revenue and just great brilliance being devoted to some self-serving, loathsome bullshit like Aquashella and all that look at me bullshit when we could be lobbying together like, nah, fuck you, buddy. That is some bullshit. That stuff can be invasive. You go fuck yourself. Hey, politician man, they're selling you bogus. They're selling you bogus. And why? Because everybody's got their nose somebody else's ass trying to get clout. Like, that pissed me off when I seen, like, the government, bro, they're fucking with fish tanks now, bro.
Well, again, it's
dirty.
It's
dirty.
It's not even the government. The problem is
you know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
Politicizing a fish tank in the year of our Lord 2023. Why are we having this conversation that they're politicizing a goddamn fish tank?
Because they're trying to find a way in. That's just a way into what they really want to accomplish, which is, get rid of.
I was in the military for nothing, bro. It's like tyranny, bro.
But here's the thing, though. I always try to look at the positive
side. I can't handle damn fish.
Here's where I look at the kind of the positive side of all this stuff.
Right.
Worst case scenario, shit like that happens. You know what's going to be cool? Not that this shit would be cool, but the silver lining is that it's going to get your ass out into the woods now and start looking at what we have in our own backyards.
Yeah.
Because once it gets to the point where you can't bring in anything else from anywhere else, well, you got to go back to your childhood, to what it was like to be walking around in the creeks, looking to see what you could see in there.
That's right.
And pulling it out of there and keeping it. And and in a way, maybe we need to do that because we have some of the most fascinating fish
Beautiful.
that we just disregard because we just
You know
don't
what?
take the time to go out and explore and enjoy nature. What's
You
up?
remember what happened in Ohio a while ago
Yeah.
with the train?
Yep.
Bruh, I know I'm a nerd. I didn't even give a fuck about Ohio, bro. I'm trying to go to school and shit. You know I'm busy as hell. Grad is fucking a lot of work. It's intense. So I see it, and I'm in a media blackout because I don't watch syndicated news. So I see it, and I was like, what the hell? But you know what come out first? All those dead fish in those little creeks and stuff. And I was like, I saw them and I was like, oh, that's a sculpin. Oh, then that's a darter. And I was just getting chill bumps, bro, from like recognition. Like, I know what that is because them bitches in the native, you know how I am about natives.
Yeah.
And it made me madder than hell because if hobbyists was like they was back in the day when I was a little motherfucker, couldn't get no job, but now I'm grown, and all the hobbyists that was like that, they dead or they don't fuck with the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like if more hobbyists was in tune, more people have been pissed off about that shit.
Well, and here's the thing, though. Going back to what
You
you're
know?
saying about the hobbies, it's so true that I was kind of feeling like, what am I doing? Until I went to the sake event, and you get to interact with people they don't really care about anything other than the fish,
Right.
and they don't care about having a social media presence or anything like that. And speaking to those people is what kind of reinvigorated me to get a little bit more excited and do this. And that's why I'm so excited about what's going on in Sacramento,
Right.
because you get to interact with diehard hobbyists that they don't.
Them be cool events though. That's
Yep.
That's what that is. It's like, look, we finna link up, we finna talk shit. It's the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's the meeting. We're gonna swap some stuff. What we doing? Where we at? And then you meet friends and stuff, and you're gonna, and like I'm looking in the comments and I recognize people. That's love. Like when I can look at somebody and I recognize y'all, like y'all my kin folks and shit. That's love. You know what I'm saying? Nano in there, only Oscar's in there, Patty in there. I seen Renee ass in there. Me and Renee talk. Renee is a hobbyist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, what does YouTube do for the people like us to where it's like we some rinky-dinky punk motherfuckers because we ain't got no badass channels with no sponsors and shit and all this cool stuff, but we really is like the creme de la creme, if you will, of the hobbyists. Like, you got to come over here to see like what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a bucket sitting on the floor that the homie gave me. Watts. It's got all kinds of clippings in them. I call them scraps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is what we do. So then I'll roll some stuff up and I'll be like, nah, you ain't got none of this. You know why? Because we're Texans, damn it. And we're competitive. And you're not going to outdo me at anything. You're not going to out-friend me. You're not going to out-plant grow me. None of that shit. You're not going to nice guy me. None of that. Like out-cuss me, nothing. Why? Because it's love. And if you ain't got no love in your heart, fuck off. And guess what? That's love too. You have to, I'm not going to tolerate you. You don't have to be unkind and tell somebody to pack sand. There was no unkindness. Like, that's not even on my radar. You know why? I'm not a despicable motherfucker. It's just words. Jesus. Like, some of that stuff just don't be on my radar. You know what I'm saying? But either way, like, look at this.
Yeah, I was about to pull that up.
Let's look at that shit, bro. I know it's like, I hope it's being facetious.
Yeah, he is.
I know it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah,
Because
he is. Haven't you been paying attention to all Sharpie's comments to the whole
I know
time?
he's tired of talking shit, but look at this though, because people be doing dumb shit like this, bro. And is it dumb? No, it's not. Because you know what? If you want to do that shit, go on and do it. I don't get it, but it's like maybe you want to see what 6 of them some bitches do on 20 gallons with fucking 2 pounds each. Shit. Let's go. You know? Maybe that's what you want. I mean, that's the level of idiocy, though, that's on YouTube, though, that people really are doing with tanks.
But again,
you know, I'd have to whoop somebody's ass if I get to calling people out, because I ain't gonna spare no. I don't give a fuck. And I'm too young for that. Yeah. Like, why? No. Why? You know? And then it's like, what do you even gain? Like misleading people and making stuff up. Oh yeah, it's dude. Bristol noses are tougher than woodpecker lips. Give them some flow and let them have it. Shit. See, the most of these fish, you know that. Me and you both know, like a lot of these fish, they really don't like to be pampered or bothered with at all. You know, they kind of just like to be left alone. You know, give them what they need, and you know, I just watch them. I just add water. So that's what kept coming up. Remember?
Yeah, I going back to what we were the conversations we having is that that you have to feed your fish every day. You got to do water changes every 3 days. You know that whole, the problem with those questions or those comments is that it's not a one size fits all, because the whole thing about feeding fish, it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If you have fry and trying to grow them out, by all means,
feed them.
The more you feed them, the more you power feed them, the quicker they're going to grow.
Yep.
If you want fish to grow quicker, yes, water changes on a regular basis will help you do that.
Mm-hmm.
It helps your plants too if you're growing plants.
Yep.
But you see, that's the problem when you try to be very broad and say you have to do it this way or else. Mm-hmm. That's where the issue falls. That's where I start getting all that where I start pushing back and going, not necessarily true. Why don't you be a little bit more articulate and use words and explain what you mean by what you're saying?
Nuance and bullshit. Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't tell you motherfuckers what I learned since I was 9 doing this in a 5-minute cute little top 5 video. So get fucked if you want to see something like that from me. All right? You're going to hear me talk for 20 fucking minutes so you know what I'm talking about. Bitch, it's called nuance. I'm not putting the video in the clips.
It ain't going to be 20 minutes. You don't know. That's a short in your life.
Goddamn right. It's called learning. Like, I ain't here to entertain you. But I do like that YouTube shorts because you get to talk shit and do the little voiceover things. Yeah. And hell, I be gassed up anyway, fucking with my fish at like 3 o'clock in the morning. My son, everybody sleeps, so it's my time. And I'll be in here like, these little motherfuckers in here. And I'm like, you know what? Sir David Attenborough, yeah, he that dude. But fuck him. I want to voice over me my own shit too. How come he gets to voice over animals and shit and anthropomorphize on camera, but I can't? I'm a weirdo if I do it, right? So like if I sit over here and look at my fucking Hemichromis exels and I'm just over here like narrating it in a Morgan Freeman voice in my head, I'm crazy now? No. So I kind of do like the fact that we can do that on YouTube Shorts now, because did you watch PBS when you was little, bro? See if you were really poor.
Did I watch what?
PBS, fool, public TV.
Dude, like I didn't have that.
You didn't have TV?
No. I didn't have. This is what I had. I had Canal 3, where
See?
you had Circo de Rorrito.
See?
I didn't.
Damn, now we're poor. Like,
Oh,
Coke
no.
made your fucking TV poor.
Yeah, it was a
I'm
local.
sorry,
It
bro.
was
That
a
shit
local
depressed me. Never
broadcasting
mind.
channel. We
Fuck.
only had 4 channels
Yeah.
growing up.
Life
Two of
sucked
them
in
were-
the 80s, bro.
2 of them were in English. 2 of them were in Spanish.
Yeah.
Because my dad couldn't even get really an antenna other than
Yeah,
a
bro.
clothes
That's
hanger.
that why. That's what I was saying. That's that depressing poor, bro. It's hot outside.
But you know what? It
Man.
didn't matter. It didn't matter
Yeah.
because we never really sat in front of TV and watched.
Yeah, you're outside playing anyway.
Yeah, we
You
were
gotta
out there
play.
getting
I just remember
trouble,
those days.
knocking each
Yeah.
other in the head with rocks.
Yeah.
We used to. I don't know if this was a thing here in the States, but I remember growing up because we couldn't afford a freaking slingshot. So what we ended up doing, we would take the gallon milk jugs, we would cut out the top, find yourself a balloon,
Mm-hmm.
cut the edge of it, put it over the back, put some rubber bands, and you had a little. We used to call them tirabolitas, which was basically like little ball throwers. Is really what it
pocket
translates.
rocket.
I don't know what they called them stateside if they had them or not because growing up as a kid.
They're selling them damn things now with ball bearings and shit.
Oh, see, we used to go to. Okay, you can probably tell me what kind of tree it was.
They
It
fucking
was,
shoot arrows with them too. Hey, I'm gonna send
They
you.
had these little fruits that were round and they were hard as hell once they dried out.
What color?
And,
Green
they
or
were
yellow?
yellow.
China berries. The goddamn
Oh
China
man, them
berries, bro.
suckers.
Them bitches hurt, bro.
Oh
Them
man,
hurt
you
the
get them
slingshot.
flicking out
Oh
of those
yeah,
things,
you country, bro.
you end up with big
right.
old welts where you
You
got
a real
struck.
one. You a real one. Yep. Goddamn China berries hurt, bro. But like this, the animals, right?
Yeah.
You watch Animal Planet and shit. And I used to watch it a lot, and I stopped watching it. I don't even watch cable anymore. I don't have it. I just watch the internet. They recycle footage, number one, and they like insult your intelligence. It pisses me off. I'm gonna set you up. They got a pack of African wild dogs.
Okay.
Right? And these African wild dogs are running down a gazelle some damn well, right? And they go from Savannah Scrub and the dogs running down a fucking Impala, right? To damn River Delta and a whole different pack of dogs running down a water buck just to making some scene in that bitch and then cut back to the kill scene of the previous damn dogs eating the Impala. And I'm like, you dirty bitch. So you gonna insult my intelligence, you motherfucker, to where you think I can't tell that it was 2 different packs of dogs, 2 different 4-foot bovine animals, and the fact that they was in a motherfucking desert and now they over here in the swamp? Really, bitch? And then you gonna jump back to the desert again, ho? So I was like, you know what? That's why YouTube is the way it is. All these motherfuckers is fake. They doing right. This is what we have, a fake ass society full of fake ass people. That's all it is. Like that's the shit that pisses me off. Like they insult your intelligence, bruh. Like that is so. Go watch. Y'all will never watch animal documentaries again the same way. It's some bullshit. And I'm like, oh boy, they need to make school mandatory, more mandatory. Like education need to be like they need to like militarize education, bro. Like I'm gonna beat your ass if you stupid. For real, bro.
Yeah.
I would so be down for some shit like that. Like, you gonna be smart today? You gonna be a smart motherfucker, or you gonna be a strong dumb one? You pick.
Yeah.
You pick. You can be I'm just saying. You're gonna be smart. You're gonna be dumb. You're gonna be strong.
So
I'm just saying.
before we get to wrapping this up, I got one
Yeah.
more for you,
What you got?
and that's the whole. I mean, I don't know where I stand on this whole issue. Is lights in the hobby. Uh, the whole argument that I mean, is it? Oh, well, let me ask you this on a serious note: is there such a thing that you need to have specialized for certain plants, or you just need time and patience?
Nah. So, look, man, and I keep saying this shit. You gotta go outside. It's all we doing is figuring out how to get this shit what it need, so we can look at it. Hold on, real quick. I gotta put Samson outside. I don't want him to piss on the floor. Little shit. Put a thumb. You know what? I'm gonna do something cool. I guess I'll bring this shit in the house and try not to make a mess. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be mad as fuck. I'm gonna try. Give
Take
me
the
like
camera
30
with you instead.
Come on, Seth.
It'd probably be easier.
Watch. Come on, I'm sure.
But anyways,
Come on, boy.
let's see who do we still have. Work, man. This has been great. I mean, we for as much of a screw up starting when posting the time for the show. I really appreciate you guys coming out, especially those of you that are becoming regular viewers. Thank you very much. I appreciate the fact that you guys are willing to hang out with us, listen to our you know, absurdities and quirkiness and what we just have to say. I mean, I know we try to stay topic related a lot of times. All right.
So you good? Go ahead. Finish up what you were saying.
No. I was just filling in the space. I hate dead.
Okay. I was trying not to make a freaking mess, but I got something I think is pretty cool.
What are you bringing in? One of your plants from outside or what?
Yeah.
But then again, that goes to the whole thing. So it does matter. Lighting does matter then, right?
So look, I'm with Renee, and turn this damn camera on. So look what I got right here. Y'all know what this is? Dead ass.
I don't know. My
Somebody in
plants,
the comments say what this is. Renee, you know what this is?
Is that Rotala or
Yeah, it's real talent. It's real talent. It's just growing this shit in a flower pot, like a regular ass plant. Let me get a little more light up in here. See what I can do.
But you got that outside, or what do you? Or you got it
Yeah,
close?
it's outside.
Oh, okay, well,
And so that's what I'm saying. It's figuring out what it needs to get what you want so you can look at it. Right? So it's just some dead ass road talent clippings from that little
so let me ask you this then. Let me narrow down that question then, because it's kind of vague. On the lighting, do you need to necessarily? What's more important, the temperature of the light, or the spectrum of the light?
Spectrum all day.
Spectrum.
Yeah. And what it is after you get a rudimentary understanding of it, you can kind of use the kelvins, the color temperature, to kind of ballpark where your spectrum at.
Okay.
And then the rest is nuance, like what Renee's saying, time and patience and shit. Like, is this one of them? We want to show off, or are we gonna wrap it up?
Because we're getting close to the wrap up.
Yeah,
it's
33.
Saturday, and I know people got stuff to do.
Yeah, but it's the understanding of what you want. And that goes back to what me and you started saying, bro. And these people get up here and they be gatekeeping information. Excuse me. And like making people think they got to go run off and buy all this bullshit that they don't. Look, bro, it looks nice. It looks cool. And that's fine. It's just not the only way.
Well, I think a little bit of that is because we tend to be happy with results, I guess.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have forgotten the art of patience. You know, we I think society has gotten to the point now. Well, look at all the platforms that are out there, And what you were alluding to, the videos that get a lot more views are those that are only 30-second bursts of information versus an actual deep dive into a subject topic or whatever it is. I'm not saying that everybody's on that wavelength, but fortunately, the majority of society tends to favor the short, fast feed information and results. I mean, so
You know
I think
what though?
what?
You just triggered something. You know what I think Doc was talking about? Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
How you look, bro? It's amnesia. How the fuck you go from posting your first video on YouTube talking about I got my first fish? Hey guys, this is awesome. I know shit about fish, right? And then a year later, 18 months later, these motherfuckers is inviting you to speak at aquarium societies and shit. For real. That's what we doing now?
But see, it, again,
Are you sharing your experience of what you learned in that year as a new hobbyist? Are you coming as a fucking self-proclaimed authority like you that do, like you're setting precedents, like you've contributed to the scholarly body of knowledge, like you've contributed to the empirical data, the standards that we set to call this thing a science? And that's what's pissing Doc off, bro.
Yeah,
I agree with him.
Yeah, but that's not to say that as a hobbyist there isn't a whole lot of. I mean, the one.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody got to go be doctors.
No, and here's the one thing where it was. I can't. As time passes more, I can't recall where I heard this, but it was. I think it was Dr. Anthony that was talking about this, or it was somebody else. That they were saying a lot of people assume that because you do research science in a lab with fish, that you understand the entire behavior of the fish. What he was clarifying is that when you're doing research, a lot of the times they're not looking at all the behaviors, they're trying to discover a certain thing. So they're only searching on a narrow scope. Whereas the hobbyist, if you have that same fish, even if you don't have any science background, sometimes you tend to know a little bit more when it comes to behavior, to breeding, to all those other nuances. Why? Because you're sitting there staring at the same fish for over a course of time and watching it go through its paces. Mm-hmm. And you start learning other information that you're not necessarily going to learn at a research facility. Because again, that research facility is looking for a very specific, narrow band of information. So, yeah, can somebody just take some, not anecdotal, but it's actually physical experience, and actually give a talk on something? I believe so. You don't have to be somebody with a PhD to be able to talk on a specific subject that you've actually done the work on.
It's ridiculous, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Common sense ain't so common. And then it's like, well, I told you, like when my birthday happened, I don't know, I'll be having these epiphanies. And I said it, I was like, nah, no mas. It's going to come at a cost. Why in the hell should we have to carry around everybody's emotional bullshit for free? At our detriment. Nah, to hell with that, bro. I'm not staying up and I'm not losing sleep no more. Like, nope, because I do care, because I am a good person. I do give a shit. Well, you can be kind and still practice self-preservation. So, I was like, nah, fuck that. It's coming at a cost. The same energy you give me, I'm giving. I'm trying to tell you. It's 2 for 1. BOGO's on DoorDash. And I'm bullshitting. Trying to tell you. Now I was looking at this one, and I ain't want to get started. I'm not. But he got a valid point.
Yep.
Are we not even gonna go? I mean,
well, here's the thing, though. It's just.
Go ahead.
I guess it's more of a limited. Again, let's just go back to marketing. There are those plants, but sometimes they're not necessarily. It's not a big selection of plants, and since they're trying to grow the industry and grow that market, they're going to do exactly what Sharpie was saying. They're going to start trying to introduce marginal plants and try to make them sell you to have a different product to sell you, so that you're constantly buying a new product in the market. That's
You know what?
what
Fuck all that. I've been talking some shit. Yeah, that's cool. Stephen P. Valid point. Sharpie. Duly noted. I agree. Fuck all that though. Let's talk about the real bullshit, okay? Because most people don't know plants, okay? Let me show you. God damn it. This is ridiculous.
I guess we're not going to be wrapping up for the next 10 minutes.
Just give me a second. Give me a couple of minutes. All right. This here is a Chinese evergreen. That's what it is. This is a Chinese evergreen. This is what's called a cultivar, okay? It does not, let me repeat, does not exist in the wild. However, because of cultivation, which is science of horticulture, this plant has been produced to exhibit the traits that we want.
Well, it's no different than the fish hobby.
Same shit. So, if you go and you buy one of them tissue cultures and it dies, don't go arguing in the forum if you don't even have the rudimentary knowledge of keeping a tomato plant alive. Okay? And then y'all go join the church of said cocksucker or this fag or whoever, and y'all want to act like what they saying is gospel because you like them. And, you know, you want to get close to them so you can get some free stuff. No, bro. Understand it first. A cultivar is a cultivar. Water don't mean shit. You got cultivars that are aquatic, amphibious, marginal, semi-aquatic, terrestrial. Like, it doesn't matter. A cultivar is a cultivar, meaning a human being touched it, so you have to buy it. This shit is infinitesimally renewable. I grew this from a stump. How am I going to sell you shit if I don't make it have a value? And it's wrong to do that and prey on people. That's fine. I don't care about that. Make your money hustle, because I do believe in accountability. If you're going to go get in that stuff and you don't want to read books on it, and if you got the money to waste, that's on you, boo. I serve this country. That's on you. I don't recommend it or understand it. I think it's rather impulsive and poorly thought. It's unsound, but rock it on. Okay. But when you got these people getting in the forums, eviscerating people and being dicks, and then joining the church of, like I said, pick a dick of the many. And they're over here touting this shit like they're the self-proclaimed. Let me tell you, no. And it's like, stop. Because guess what? I can intellectually spar with the best of them, and I can talk that ghetto shit too. I'm a dangerous motherfucker. So, like, you go look at a sword plant, right?
Yeah.
Echinodoris. You got Red Reuben. You got Kleiner Prinz. You got Flame. You got Green Ocelot, Red Ocelot. You got Rosette, Mini Rosette. You got Vesuvius that just came out.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Which ones of those that I just named are cultivars and which ones ain't? And how do you know? And which ones are the same plants and which ones ain't? And how do you know? So if I went and taxonomically classified this Kleiner Prinz right here and this Red Reuben right here, what are they? You know, what kind of Echinodoris are they? And that's the shit I'm talking about. But it's all clout and flex, and he's doing it and she's doing it and I'm saying it and we're all doing it, but nobody knows the meat behind the fucking potatoes. We're just eating the shit. And then 10 years later, you find out it's been dog and rat the whole fucking time. I'm offended. No, you're just stupid. Sheep. Like that's not like, come on, man. Come on, Sharpie. That make too much like sense now. That make too much like sense now. Like it had to get its name from somewhere. Who the hell is Kleiner? Who's Prince? Who Rubin? And why he red? You know? That's what we do. We just naming shit after shit. I want some shit named after me. I want a strain of weed named after me. I want a fish named after me. I want a house plant named after me. And I do want an industry commercial grade plátano named after me. That banana, like this motherfucker finna feed everybody, Poe. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you buy it one time type shit. Ain't going to the store no more. Like by the time you get through throwing the scraps outside, you gonna have some. You be all right. You see what I'm saying? That's that Texas A&M shit. But we over here arguing about animal husbandry and shit. And then like he ain't got that many subs. I don't know. And then it's like you gotta like I had my little brother rolling, bro. Cause it's like you gotta prove to people you know what you know.
Yeah.
And me and my little brother was talking about fish tanks and shit. Cause I told you I'm gonna hook my little nephews up with some turtles. And he was like, remember we used to read all them books and shit? And I was like, yeah, I remember, bro. I fucking read them. And he was like, we talking about some shit that came up about fighting on the bus. You know?
Yeah.
The time honored fighting on the bus. You ain't from Texas, fighting on the bus. Hell yeah. So
kids still ride buses nowadays?
I don't even, man, the motherfucker ain't fighting on the bus no more. But we were talking about that shit and I had him laughing because I was like, man, it's that. I said the mentality ain't changed. I was like, the only difference is I'm a lot older and I have figured out and realized, hey, motherfucker, I ain't finna argue with you, bitch. Like, why do I need to argue with you when you trying to know what I know? And I'm gonna argue with you to prove to you that I know what I know when you the motherfucker that don't know it. So it wouldn't matter what I was telling you anyway, because bitch, you don't know. Do you understand how that's an exercise in futility?
Yeah.
Like it don't matter. You don't the same way these motherfuckers is sitting up here talking about the goddamn Chat GPT book. It's good shit. They wouldn't know anyway because they don't fucking know. Hell yeah, it's good. It's in black and white. It sounds good. It's words. It's English. I speak it.
It's got pictures.
Cool. It's good shit. Good shit. I mean, seriously, bro, come on. Shit. I was sitting up here yesterday all day with a headache, tension headache. That's what I told you. I was like,
yeah.
You know how much school expensive, bruh?
Oh, yeah. And it's only getting more expensive as
they over here fucking around with your money and shit. You trying to do what needs to be done. Bro, I ain't got time for it. You know? But that's Watson, that's him. Like when I met Watts, bro, we'd be arguing all the time about different plants and shit. Cause like I try and call myself like the self-proclaimed Crip King because I like them joints and like, you know, this is a swamp plant. It's a cool plant. And they got cool little flowers. They look like sticks. So we was talking like he would tell me about plants and I'd be like, nah, that's some bullshit. And I'd be like, it's cool, but it's some bullshit. They're like, what you mean? They're like, it's a hoax, bruh. And he's like, what the fuck? Bruh, it's a goddamn hoax. Like, that shit ain't real. Like, it's bullshit. And he'd be like, what do you mean? I'm like, this stuff is for advanced plant hobbyists who know what they are doing, who know how to keep regular shit alive, much less these cultivars. And they have the understanding to know, like, if I get a clone of something and it reverts, I'm not freaking out thinking I did something wrong. I just know that the clone reverted. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in the aquatic, the fish tank plant is so fucking obscure because people don't know. Like Boost When Boost hit, oh my God, dude. Some dirty motherfuckers out there in the Boost world. I'm not gonna fuck with nobody's money though. Oh my God, bro. I'm not. Dirty. Captain Crunch. That shit just like weed, bro. Just make up a fucking name.
It's like
Captain
Coral's.
Crunch. Oh. Chingaling Dingaling. Fucking yellow chicken adobo. Brown spotted quail egg. What the fuck? Just making shit up. And everybody was buying that shit too. Wow. $60 a portion and shit. $85 for three leaves, bruh. Fucking gold dust. Fucking nano petite, all them shits. Like, no, those are cultivars. And is it worth the money? No, it's not. Not for, because guess what? Once motherfuckers like me get a hold of that shit, and then the nurseries get a hold of it, and they mass produce it, what are you doing? You're just trying to see who can get the coolest, newest shit the fastest. It don't matter if it's sound or not, if it's proven or not. And you're still talking about ethics. Where the fuck's the ethics in that? Just saying. But anyway, I'm gonna jump off here so Jorge can go crash. Wait for him to come back, and we're out. Let me see here who we got over here. Watson here, Silver Creek. That was it though, man. That's what I mean when I say hoes. Like, where's the ethics in that shit? Who can get the newest, coolest shit fastest? It don't matter if it's proven true or not. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of unscrupulous individuals out there. So y'all got to be careful what y'all co-signing and endorsing, because everybody ain't as altruistic as you think they would be. And then you get loudmouth. Look, if y'all gonna call me anything, call me Captain Obvious, okay? I'm not the one doing the fucking bullshit. I'm just calling it out. And minding my own goddamn business. Shit. Y'all don't coming at me with this silly shit. So that's it. You know, like, I think we pretty much got a lot of bullshit out the way, man. They should fix this. You better be careful what you ask for.
Yep. But
yeah, that's what it was, bro. They're cultivars, man.
Yeah. I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. I mean, it's really nice.
Here we go with the fucking aerial call-ons. Here we go with this bullshit. So, you know what? Man, maybe I got to start live streaming again. Do you think that would even be like something that people would watch?
Hell yeah. I think so.
I
guarantee you that at least the 15 people that are still here with us would watch it.
Because, like, I'm a nerd, bro, and I got the nuance. Y'all want to call me out on some bullshit? Let's do that. But, I mean, here, like, the aerial call-ons, bro. Do you know, like, this plant?
No.
Here, I'm going to tell you. Aerial call-ons, one of them ones where they be making up the names and shit. Like, one of the most common names for, like, blood vomit, right? Is one of your more popular. Yeah. Yeah.
Are these house plants or aquatic plants?
Bro, it's a fucking weed, dude. It's a fucking weed that nobody knows, that some dickhead figured out how to. Oh, my God, I'm going to start breaking shit, dude. Dude, it's a weed, bro.
Okay.
Oh, dude, all this shit is fucking weeds. Like, and then you get these cocksuckers who suck mommy and daddy's dick, failed out of college, and now you want to come exploit the goddamn aquarium hobby and steal motherfuckers without a platform like me's ideas and get rich off of it, huh? Dude. So, yeah, bro, let's get off of here. I'm going to smoke some pot. It's legal. Calm down. But yeah, dude. Then you got the fucking, don't get me started on the feeder guppies, bro. The fucking Poecilia wingay. You know? Dude. It ain't my fault. Dude, if you're a douche, you're a douche. Okay? Just be a fucking douche. Be the company man. Tap dance, push the prime minister, shut the fuck up. Seriously. God damn. You guys are weirdos, bro.
We got some
The
funny
fish
people,
tank,
man.
bro. That's what I'm saying. Enough's enough. Stop being fucking weirdos. Seriously. Weirdos. What's up, guys? How's it going, guys? Today, guys, weirdos. Stop it. Stop. Fuck. It's a fish tank, bro. These things are cool. They're from Africa in a lake that's called the Jade Sea. Why? Because it's salty as fuck. It's cool as shit. Stuff shouldn't be alive in it, but it is. Go study, read books and stuff. Flex that. But stop being weirdos. Hey, guess what? The lake's fucked because of human activity. Get something going. Go take a tour. Go to Kenya. You know, like, seriously, stop being a weirdo, please. And with that, I'm done.
Again,
This has been a
for
great
the third time, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Hopefully this is something that you guys enjoyed and had a good time. I know this is something Steve has been begging me to do for the longest time, and I've kind of, I don't know, I guess I wasn't all on board until now recently when it's starting to make more sense. But then again, I'm kind of the newer one to the
You're already successful.
To the whole fish fam and all that stuff. So, you know, but you do get tired. You do get tired of seeing stuff put out there that you know is not true, and nobody calling people out on it. So, you know, hopefully this goes a little bit more towards that and clearing some of that stuff out without necessarily going after anybody directly.
Nah, we ain't here for that. And we, you know, we ain't here for that. Like, and it's sad you gotta do that shit. And let me put you in the booty real quick. We ain't here. We ain't going after nobody, bruh. We ain't trying to hurt nobody. We not trying to be dicks. I'm sorry I have testosterone and balls. I'm not coddling. But no, we're not going after nobody. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. Jorge, get some sleep, bro.
I will right now when we get done.
And chicken without a beard.
I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Hopefully.
All right, man.
You guys take care.
I know, right? This fool. This fool.
Pause.
Fuck you, Jeff. Love you guys, man. Peace out.